Hey guys, let's get right into this week's video. But first, if you missed my last video for my roasted chicken, child, you know what to do. Watch this one, then go back and check it out. Because this week, I'm going to show you how to make this beauty. It's my peach cobbler. It is so good, so satisfying, perfect for any occasion, but one I know you're going to want to make for your family and friends. So I'm not going to hold you. Let's get to this countdown. Hi guys, and welcome back to What Adrienne Thinks. It's me, Adrienne. Today, I'm going to show you how I'm making my double crusted peach cobbler. I'll give you a moment because this thing is so delicious, so good. I made this probably twice. I made it with peaches and blueberries twice. And usually, I think it's usually in the summertime, but because peaches aren't really in season, what makes this quick and easy is I'm using canned peaches. I'm using prepared pie crust because I don't feel like rolling it out. This comes together so quick and easy. It's going to be delicious for this holiday season. Can't wait to show you how to make this recipe. And before I go, if you're not a subscriber, child, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button for this video. But you know, finish watching it, then go back and hit subscribe, like, and tell your family and friends what I'm doing in this kitchen. All right, guys, let's get to it. You know what I'm about to do. I'm about to point you down. So I've already started with our prepared pie crust. And these are the ones that's already rolled out in the plastic for you. This brand that I'm using is from Pillsbury, but you can surely use any brand you like. All right, so they come right in the plastic. In every box, there are 2 pie crusts. And you just want to just gently roll them out like that. Now, you know, pie crust is something that's very forgiving. So you can, even if you got a hole in it, you just kind of pinch it closed, that's all. So now you want to make sure your dough is fully defrosted. You don't want to work with this if it's not defrosted fully. What I'm going to do is just with this first pie shell here, I'm just going to kind of cut that just like so. And I'll show you why in a minute. So I'm going to put that to the side. And I'm going to do the same with our other one. Just make sure you don't poke through. So I'm going to put that to the side. And now we're going to join. You see how there's a seam here that now we've created? So now we're going to take our 2 fingers, take your index fingers, and you're just going to push that closed. Just going to push it together just like that. We want to close up that seam totally. Let me show you what that looks like. So you see how I just pinched that closed? So you just want to make sure there's no openings if you can help it. Now, just going to take our dough, our pie crust, and just kind of fill it in. Now we had those pieces, right? So I'm just going to take those. And we're going to bring them right across. And I'm just going to press that into the pie crust on the side. Okay. So now you can see we have a little overhang there. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay, so now that I've sealed all the seams, I'm going to cut this off. right at the rim here, right at the edge. You just use your knife. Oh boy. Ice maker is saying, y'all forgot about me. So I'm just trimming it up. And none of those pieces go to waste. Now, anywhere where you see it's not up high enough, just take some of that pie crust that we had and just close it up. Okay, so this is going in the oven for about 350 degrees, just for about 5 minutes, and I'll be back. You might not be able to tell, but I have quite a bit of peaches in this bowl here. This is a big mixing bowl, and I'm using 2 cans or 2 jars of the peaches. These are from Dole. This is in 100% fruit juice, and this is a 23.5 ounce jar. I used 3 cans of Freestone peaches, and this is about a 15.25 ounce can, and I used 3 of these with the juice of 1 that's already in here. But let me tell you, there seems to be like a peach shortage. I don't know. So the peaches are really, you know, not as available or plentiful in a can. So, and I guess I could have even used frozen peaches as well, but I didn't think about that at the time when I was shopping. So we're going to get some flavor in here. Here is a ½ a teaspoon. This is my other, so that's 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, ground nutmeg. You can use any brand you like. That's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. That was about 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. This is rum flavoring. Peaches and rum, yum. So I'm going to measure that out. Let's see. Okay. That's 1/3 teaspoon of rum flavoring 2 times. All right, so let's stir that up, get that mixed in. It smells so good. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't have any on hand. If you had some, if you don't want to use the rum extract, if you want to use a little, maybe a tablespoon of like peach schnapps in here. Yum. Okay. So you see, I only added that one can with the juice and the peaches already in. And you see how it starts to make a little liquid there. So next, we need a little salt. You know, anytime you're doing sweets, you want to add a little salt, and just a little. I would say that's probably about 1/3 of a teaspoon of salt. That's going to help balance the flavors. All right, so I have 1 stick of melted butter going in. Just like that. Let's give that a stir. Okay. And we're going to need a little brown sugar. A 3/4 cup of loosely packed brown sugar going in. Now let's just mix that together. Now I've seen so many recipes for peach cobbler, and one of the things that I'm not a real fan of, especially if I'm using canned varieties of peaches, is cooking them on the stove. I feel like they get mushy, and that's just not what I would prefer to do. Just remember, you can always use frozen peaches if you prefer not to use the can. 3½ tablespoons of flour. All right, this is coming together good. Because as this cooks, the liquid, the from the peaches is going to continue to thicken with the flour. So you'll have a nice, you don't want a runny cobbler, that's for sure. I'm just going to taste a little bit just to make sure it tastes good. Oh, that's so good. It's so good. It is delicious. Oh my goodness. So good. All right, guys, and if I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's, you know, it's already, just adding the flour, it's already thickened. Okay, so let me get my pie crust that we blind baked for about 5 minutes. Forgot something, guys. A little bit of lemon. I like to add a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon, and this is probably about 1/4 of the whole small lemon. So I'm going to use this small piece here. And we just want to add that in. It's going to give some freshness to our peaches. Kind of lighten it up a little bit. Ice maker's on a roll today. This is our crust. I did have to go back in and add a little more of our pie crust because the crust shrunk a little bit. But that was because I blind baked it without any weight to it, so it wouldn't hold. Because we're going to make a lattice crust, and we're also going to take some crust that we have, and we're going to actually put little dumplings in. So let me get as much as of our peaches in, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so remember we had some trimmings from our pie crust. So now I just take little pieces and I just kind of roll some up and just kind of stick them inside our cobbler. Again, this is going to be like having little dumplings, little hidden gems right inside of our cobbler. So this is also sort of like to help it thicken as well as it's baking. Wow, ice maker. Does anybody do this? Does this sound familiar or no? Or you're not a real peach cobbler fan? So now I'm just going to take our knife, a little butter knife, and just kind of get them down there inside. And you can use as much or as little as you like, but I just kind of use it up with my scraps, and then we'll have our little dough pieces throughout. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make the lattice crust. All right, so what I did, I've already started our lattice work here. You can actually do this if you have a flat surface, and you can do this not actually on the pie, but you can just do it on a flat surface, and then you can just transfer it right on top of your cobbler. So I just folded the pie crust in half and just made my strips just like that. Okay, so we're just going every other one when we build this. Just like that, you just kind of take them back a little bit. And remember, if any are short, just add a little piece to it. You know, just pinch it just like that. And you put your pieces back over top, just like that. We're building our lattice there. And I like to keep it kind of tight, so just my preference, but remember, we do it again. We do every other one. And initially in starting, I find it a little more difficult to do the lattice because you're working up against the edge. But as you start to go out, you know, it'll be a little easier. And we just bring those pieces back across. And guess what? If this is like too much, you like, Adrienne, I know. All you have to do is take your pre-rolled sheets and just roll it out to your measured of your pan. This is a half size foil pan here. Easy cleanup. Remember we said quick and easy. So I'm going to keep going and I'll be back once I've finished up our lattice work. All right, guys, so it's done. So what you're going to do next is just take your butter knife, or if you have some sort of pastry tool, you can use that too, and just press at the very edge. We're using that edge to trim. And we're going to take that all the way around and clean it up a bit. All I like to do next is just to take my index finger and just make sure that I kind of press my edges along the edge. I press my edges along the edge. You know, just want to sort of seal our dough as much as possible to the pie crust. I have an egg yolk here. I'm just kind of mixing it up. You just want to blend that egg yolk really well. This is just one whole egg yolk. And you just want to brush it right on the pastry. Try to get it just on the pastry if you can. It's just gonna give it a nice golden color when it comes out. Just make sure you don't miss any areas. I think that's good. And just a light sprinkling of sugar right on top. If you have turbinado sugar or a coarser sugar, you can use that too. I just like the regular granulated sugar, and just use a fine sprinkling right on top of the egg wash in your pastry. This is going in the oven at 350 degrees. I will let you know how long it takes to bake. It's uncovered. If it does brown a little too much, I may take a piece of aluminum foil and just put a tent over top just to keep it from browning as fast. But this is going uncovered into the oven. All right, I'll meet you back. All right, guys, she is done. Look at this beauty. Let me give you a close-up here. Look at that. All those peaches nestled under this lattice crust. Peach cobbler for the win, y'all. All right. You know what's next. Good taste. So I didn't get a chance to film me tasting this delicious peach cobbler, but guys, I assure you it is amazing. It was amazing because it's all gone. But let me tell you, try this recipe out. Don't matter the occasion, make it for your family and friends and your aunties and your uncle and them. And while you're at it, tell them what I'm doing in this kitchen, y'all, and what Adrienne thinks. Until next time, peach cobbler out. See ya. Cue music.